You're listening to Rooster Radio.
All right, we are back. Rooster Radio. My name is Sam Cook with the one and only Jay Riehl. And I have to ask you this as well. You've been talking about all your influences. And do you have any particular saying that you love to say that helps you get through the day? Because when you're in this business, it's tough.
I do. I totally do. And I got to say that I learned this from my friend Alan. But it's, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
And explain what that means. What does it mean to Jay Riehl?
It means that if there is a particular situation or that happens and it's out of your control and you have no recourse or no option to change it, it's out of your hands, you have an option to either view the glass as being half full or half empty. It's totally how you want to view it, right? But by saying, what are you going to do? It kind of answers the fact, like, what can you do about it? Well, nothing. So why waste negative energy on it? There's nothing you can do.
Well, I'm going to stay with that topic. What are you going to do? And get a little bit personal. Okay. Dig in a little bit.
Go, girl.
You recently have gone through a little bit of a struggle in your marriage. And through that, you've written some great songs and you seem very energized now. But going through that whole process, it's a really tough one. And how do you think that dealing with what's going on in your personal life affects your music?
Oh, it does totally affect the music. The best songs are written when you're emotionally impaired, because you tend to wear your heart on your sleeve, and it's a little bit more whatever attitude, because you're either hurting or you're happy or you're sad, and all of those particular emotions affect the writing process and what you're trying to portray sonically and musically and lyrically. So yeah, there has been a couple of songs. One that was kind of a cheeky little song, of course, that my buddies in Blind River and I wrote. They came down the next day and came in and grabbed me, and we came to the studio here, and the song was born. And then about a week later, there was a ballad that I wrote that was a healing song for me. Psychologically helps you sort of deal with things. So yeah, no, totally. Any influence on your life affects your music, period.
Now, that song you're talking about with Blind River was That's It, That's All, which we heard earlier. I'm guessing that the other song is called After?
That's correct.
All right, so tell me a little bit how you felt when you were writing that song, because it's a very emotional song. We're about to take a listen to it, but when I first heard it, I was in New York City. Within the first verse, I was bawling my eyes out. And it's just and I mean, I know with you, you're a very emotional person. You're a very emotional singer, a very emotional musician. And it really comes across in this song. And I think it's going to help a lot of people who are maybe going through the same thing as you. So when you're sitting there writing that kind of song, are you crying when you're writing it? Like, how do you go through something like that and put it on paper?
It was a healing song for me. Total healing process. Yeah, I broke down a couple times. The chord structure was written, I don't know, years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. But then now, after dealing with this particular event, words just kind of came to the forefront. And for me, I sing with mumbo jumbo, and it's just a bunch of blah, but there's parts that come out at a certain time. And there was a couple times where I keeled over on the floor, because there were certain lines that are key to that particular relationship that, of course, hurt but made sense.
Yeah.
So you just got to get through it and put it down and deal with it, right?
Well, I think a lot of people are going to relate to this song. We're going to let you listen to it right now. This is After, a Jay Riehl original, right here on Rooster Radio.